this vacant stretch of space, I've approved some much-needed R&R for the crew.
Yeah, they do need frickin' R&R. They're always being worked to death and never given any credit.
Okay, Rutherford?
Yeah, sorry. Bilbs has a new soup recipe he asked me to try out, and after that I promised Shax I'd throw some pottery with him.
Jeez, what is
That muffin is the same color as Boimler's hair.
The captain today.
Lovely shade of purple.
What do you mean?
Oh, she's been bugging me to do some mother-daughter stuff, and I've been putting it off.
Look at the jaw on that lady. Could cut glass with that. Holy.
Ugh, I wish I served on a ship that had built-in social structures, like with Binars or Klingons.
Have you ever been on a Klingon ship? I don't think you'd like it.
Those frickin' things are such a frickin' disaster. You do not want them on your ship. Believe me, Boimler. I've seen it firsthand. Well, secondhand. Chechta. Lower decks on a Klingon ship. This will be interesting to see. I'm sure they're going to be treated even worse than the lower decks on the Federation vessels.
And, stationed at the captain's side, I will be the logical choice to be the new first officer.
Logical?
You're going to be promoted from lower decks straight to first officer? I think you're dreaming, my guy. That ain't going to happen. This is cool, little concept. We're seeing lower decks on all these different ships. This is cool. Surely the Vulcans are a little bit more respected. Well, I don't know, actually. They're a bit shitty sometimes.
System 7743.8 is beyond our scanning range.
It would be, but I have implemented personal algorithms, which increase our long-range sensors.
I love the whole aesthetic with Vulcan ships. The rounded, the circles, and the domes. And I don't know. I've always loved the Vulcan architecture. I wouldn't necessarily want to live on Vulcan itself, though. It doesn't look very nice.
Does that not seem strange?
Anomalies, by definition, are strange.
Something about this feels off.
Feels off.
Yeah. She's right.
Cowards! You hide behind a name! I hide behind nothing!
The blood is purple, like in Star Trek 6. Even though I thought that was not canon. I thought that was only in 6 because of the R rating. They'd have to rate it R if they showed actual red blood.
Carno in the forest with Myra?
It is hard to lose weight when you can replicate any food you want.
No, that's not what I meant!
Okay, Sean. It's not really blending in so well with the crew. We haven't seen much of him.
Just asked if you learned how to throw pots on Bajor. No. Oh, do we not talk about Bajor?
You think I had time for anything other than resisting? Fighting fascism is a full-time job!
Alright, the Cardassian occupation of Bajor. He was a resistance fighter. Makes sense.
Yes, good boy!
That's a Targ, right? That's the name of their weird dog pets. There's one of those in Star Trek 3. I believe. Yep. Okay, he confirmed it. Sweet.
I believe that I could modify the
beliefs, feelings, instincts. You are behaving like a child.
It's amazing how sassy the Vulcans can be without showing emotion. It's like it's almost even harder when it's deadpan like that.
Nothing like clawing your way up the side of a giant hard piece of earth to feel alive.
Boimler, what are you doing up here?
Captain, I do not believe you have calculated the gravity of your situation. I fucked that up. On the contrary, gravity is foremost on my mind.
I appreciate your concern, but if you don't stop distracting me, I'm liable to be one...
Good thing safety protocols are on. They are on, right?
I don't know. Sure.
Ow.
He's even wearing the Go Climb a Rock shirt. That's so good. So yeah, I appreciate... I mean, that's the best part of Star Trek 5 are those scenes with them, the trifecta. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Phillips doesn't need to know. He's not good with that stuff. It freaked him out.
If I had to dance around everything that freaks out bullets, we wouldn't get anything.
Target practice is a good time to relieve tension, as long as they don't shoot each other.
Small galaxy, huh?
I can't believe there's another Hawaiian on board. We're hitting the beach this afternoon. Holodeck 3. You should join us.
To clean up?
I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that alien is from Hawaii and the integrated society the Federation is. alien species grow up on Earth, I guess. It's just wild to think about that, but it's cool.
Leg and will need to be shoveled around until it passes, or he will have gas. Yes, sir.
I would definitely not want one of those as a pet. They are pretty nasty and volatile.
You are clearly unstable.
You are not yourself, Talin. Everyone has noticed.
Then I hope they notice how unconcerned I am about their assessment.
Damn. She told them. Badass Talin.
But what if Ransom finds out I lied? He could demote me to work at a penal colony where I'd have to mate with the enemy to form a new civilization.
Ensign Mariner, report to my quarters for hanging out.
What was that a reference to? Was that a reference to Botany Bay? Botany Bay.
Botany Bay. Botany Bay. Oh no.
Right. Aloha!
Hey, hey! Aloha!
Freaking SpongeBob music sounds like. I'd love to see a crossover with SpongeBob and Lower Decks.
We've lost our way. The Empire still strikes terror. Klingon blood runs as reddish pink as ever. Klingons joining Starfleet.
Reddish pink. That's their way out of there? That's pretty good. Clever bastards.
You are a true Klingon. You may be smaller and weaker and slower and smaller than my other officers, but you...
Smaller and weaker and smaller and smaller. But at least you're not smaller.
That would be my greatest honor.
Captain, we're being hailed.
Put it in my quarters. Private channel. Packled!
Oh, hi.
Oh god, frickin' Packleds. They're too dangerous. Don't talk to them.
I can use that. With the weapons and information I've armed them with, they've thrown the entire quadrant into discord. You are helping them?
He armed them with that? He's literally screwed every species in the frickin' quadrant. And made the Packleds the biggest threat imaginable. Maniac.
Always pick the chef.
Yeah, because we have replicators. Why is there a chef? That's just shady.
Captain, we picked up an anomalous energy reading nearby.
That's kind of true, actually. I mean, they had Chef and Enterprise. I mean, Neelix. But he was just there for the emotional support.
Welcome to the Packled spaceship, Packled.
Oh god, they were fucking so stupid. I love it.
You can only use it once! This is Borg. Transport another explosive onto the Packled vessel.
Yes, Captain.
Captain, a Veruvian explosion would emit Metreon
I
particles.
just, like, it's funny that, like, the Klingons are still using tech that we saw in, like, the 23rd century. Like, that communicator is straight out of, I think that was straight out of Star Trek 3, right? Yet, like, the Federation's evolved considerably, but Klingons haven't really. I guess they're more concerned with other things than they are with technological development.
Both vessels are powering weapons.
What? Shields up! Red alert! Target their weapons!
Shields holding at 80%.
It's funny, they're all like in this weird garb, and some of them Hawaiian shirts, some of them are in like Victorian era uniform, like outfits. You never see that in really. Sometimes you do in the movies and TV shows, other than this, but it's pretty rare that they were like caught up in the act, you know.
They will write songs of me this day.
Last time we saw the Packleds fighting, they were shredding other Federation ships, but they're not doing so great against the Cerritos, it seems.
You should eat. You are smart.
Red alarm.
Evasive maneuvers!
Red alarm. Red alarm.
Captain, we can't last much longer!
Well, I was wrong. I guess they are actually obliterating the Cerritos.
By Klingons and Packleds.
Curious. Shields to maximum power.
Gosh, the Bird of Prey is like this tiny little, crappy little ship. I always forget how tiny they are.
Implement the program.
Yes, yes.
Virus successfully downloaded. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
The High Council lacks foresight. They will change their minds when the battle begins.
Shields are increasing. This is highly improbable.
Another Klingon commander that thinks he can take out a venerated Federation commander.
Belay that order. What? This is not our fight. This lunacy must end.
Uh-oh. Mutiny on a Klingon ship? Surely not.
Finish them now.
Now he's got red blood. They're just they're too good for them. They're too smart for their own good. The writers. Hey, don't beat the shit out of the tar. That's not cool. What do you have to do to you? Besides bite you.
What are your orders, Captain?
Withdraw. Don't keep this shit up.
Captain, the Klingon ship is retreating!
Well then,
That's right.
let's give the Packleds a taste of their own mush.
Maybe peace. Well, they're already at peace with the Klingons. I completely forgot about that. But those Klingons are living 100 years in the past or some shit. That Packled ship is so freaking ugly. It's perfect for the Packleds.
And with the threat neutralized, no further communication is necessary.
Oh, isn't he a ton of fun? Assess the damage. Let's begin.
Yes, because Vulcans are known for being a ton of fun. Right.
Need to brief Starfleet Command. They're gonna have a lot to discuss with the Klingon High Council.
What does that mean? Why just because they attacked a Federation ship? It was a rogue captain. This new captain will sort everything out, I'm sure.
I am recommending you for reassignment to a Starfleet vessel. Your hot-headed ways may make you better suited to serve with humans.
Captain, I ask that you reconsider.
Perfect. She's perfect for Federation ship. She'll love it.
It is final.
Live long and prosper, sir.
Dang, the sass is so strong. Gosh.
Commander Ransom said that you're the most organized person on the ship.
He did?
Yeah, he says you're great and I should pick your brain, if that's okay.
I mean, yes, of course. I mean, yeah, go.
Oh. Ransom's not such a bad guy after all. Even though he's a major hothead.
The bridge crew is maybe the ones you hear about, but trust me, the real action begins on the lower decks.
After what I've seen in this episode, I can't disagree with that. Oh no. Lower decks on the Borg cube. Fuck, that's good. What a fucking perfect ending. Wow. Alright, so that was the penultimate episode of Season 2 of Lower Decks. Yeah, that was really cool seeing the Lower Decks on the Klingon and Vulcan ships. Especially the Vulcan, because the Vulcan, I love the Vulcan lady. Hope she comes back. It'd be great if she was reassigned to the Cerritos. And that may actually be what happens. She was cool and kick-ass. And perfect amount of, like, almost human qualities, you know, kind of like a Spock, where he's kind of a little bit more willing to bend the rules of logic. And the Klingon thing was cool, seeing a mutiny. And, you know, I mean, yeah, the Klingons are at peace with the Federation, so it's weird, kind of weird that one Klingon commander went rogue and decided to attack the Federation. I mean, it makes sense 100 years prior to this when they were enemies, and obviously, like, I think it was Claw in Star Trek V and Christopher Lloyd in Star Trek 3, Krug. Those make sense. But here, it's a bit weird. So it makes total sense that, or like, I understand why that guy mutinied. I'm all for it. Nice job. But yeah, I mean, I guess the whole point of that was to make a statement that the lower decks is where everything starts and everything, what happens in the lower decks is not to be taken for granted. And I appreciate that. I've been saying that these guys are overworked. They deserve the credit. But they're probably not going to get it still. And the whole thing with Boimler pretending to be Hawaiian, that was a really weird thing. But I understand that he wanted to be in the clique with Ransom and those guys and the Benzite. So that was funny. But this is one of those episodes that was not so humorous, I find. I mean, last episode was just chaos personified, and I'm just never going to sleep again after that, seeing Boimler on that bar counter. That was terrifying. But it was hilarious, but I'm still reeling from it. This episode was definitely far more toned down, which was fine, and it's still a lot of fun. I mean, I say that every single time I watch one of these. They're just variations, there's different levels, there's different types of Lower Decks episodes. There's the crazy batshit funny ones, there's the more serious character driven ones. I would say this one is not, I guess it was a bit character driven. There's some tension between Mariner and Captain Freeman, which there always is, and I guess a bit of development for Boimler, but I think if we do see that Vulcan lady return, then that's a perfect pay. Like, that would be great if she came back. I would really love that. That would make sense as to why we saw so much of her, and there'd be a bit more payoff. So I hope that's what happens. No guarantees. Maybe it was just a throwaway thing. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Next episode is the finale of season 2. If season one's finale is anything to go by, it's going to be freaking incredible. I think with Packleds were the big villain in the end of that season, so maybe that'll happen again. And maybe we'll see the Titan come back again to save the day. I'm all for that, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But I would love to see Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis. I talked about this when I was watching season 1 finale. I'd love to see them as regulars, but obviously it's not going to happen. But I hope to see them come back. But we'll have to wait and see. Looking forward to the finale. And we have another season to go through as well. So plenty more Lower Decks content to come. So until then, thanks for watching.